Hey wine friends, Stephen here from the Napa Valley Wine Academy content team with an update on what is new in membership. And it has been a big week. Let's get started. So, first of all, we're going to scroll across because we have a new content type. We'll come back to all these beautiful maps, but one of the biggest feedback pieces we got from our students was that they wanted more information on grapes. And so our cutting plan, is to release a couple of grapes every week, as you can see with this file type here. Now we're starting with Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. What I love about these grape profiles is that, firstly, they're very visual. You've got these lovely scales here. You've got these beautiful, illustrations. Secondly, what I like about these scales is that rather than being, starting from low to high, it sort of sets a range. And I think that's one of the mistakes that a lot of visual profiles that I've seen do is they sort of start from low and go all the way to high. When sometimes, in the case of Chardonnay, you're never really going to have low acidity. I've never come across any that are overly sweet. You're never going to have low alcohol with Chardonnay. So you don't want to start there. You want to start at the lowest level that you're going to find in reality. So first of all, I really love that. I love the visuals. I love the scales. We've got information about the aromas and flavors of the grapes, the structure as well, and then some of the characteristics we can get from winemaking and maturation, as well as information about viticulture. Next thing I really love about these is the context statement. So it provides some background to those scales, to that viticulture, which helps you better understand the grape and how it grows and how it can be used in the winery and the final flavor that you're going to get in the grape. And then at the end, we go over where these grapes or where the grapes are going to be grown or where you'll find them, the major regions and countries and so forth. So they're really nicely put together, very visual. Our aim is to release a couple every week, starting with Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and we'll just keep adding. We have made a point of making sure our sources are very good on these. Empolography books, textbooks, journal articles, things like that. So we're trying to make this as accurate as possible. So fantastic addition to membership there. So that was Chardonnay. We also have our Touring Argentina webinar from last week. So these travel webinars have been really popular and basically talk to people. We have a panel of people who've all been to a wine region and they talk about what it's like when you're there, what you want to do, the logistics of getting in and out, and sort of some insider information. So you get to see a lot of pictures. It's not going to be a heap of words and bullet points and things like that. It's going to be conversations with people who've all been there. So this one was on Argentina, specifically Mendoza, and we had two of our wonderful instructors, Noel and Jean, as well as two of our students, and then our man on the ground in Argentina as well. So if you're looking to go to Argentina at any time, particularly to drink wine, I highly suggest that you watch this. Another new article this week in our mixology series. We promised you 52 or up to week 10, a new ingredient and a new cocktail every week. So week 10 is the Martinez. Now, you may not have heard of the Martinez, but it's seen as the precursor to the Martini. So I thought it was really important that we actually cover it. Plus, I think they're delicious. So article all about the Martinez. The new ingredient for this week was the maraschino liqueur. Goes through how to make them and things like that. So great little series. If you're keeping track, enjoy that maraschino liqueur. Right. Now, I did promise the maps, so let's go check them out. So we were going to release these over 2 weeks, but we got really excited and released the second half of them this week. So you've got all of our Italy maps. They're all focused on the boundaries of a particular region. Now I'm going to start looking at Sicily because I've actually been to Sicily. It's amazing. Get there if you can. So we stayed around the volcano. And when I saw the map for this, I'm like, okay, I can see where the volcano is meant to be. You can see that region that goes around the volcano. But with the traditional map, you really don't have any perspective on, sort of the topography of the volcano and how sort of textured and layered it can be. But also you don't really realize there's more mountains that sort of go around it. So I stayed up here near Randazzo. And if you look at, you're facing the volcano in one way. If you turn around, there's another mountain range behind you, and that helps impacts the grapes as well. So it's really, really key, I think, to really understand topography. And these maps, more so than any other map I've ever come across, does that amazingly well. Sicily is a beautiful place, and this is a beautiful map. I'm really a big fan. So you've got Calabria, Puglia, Molise even. Most people don't talk about Molise. But one that I really loved is, there's two of them, Marche. So I love that you've got the Apennines sort of running down the spine of the country here, and these regions starting really close to the shoreline and ramping up into those foothills there. I thought that was really beautiful because not a lot of flat land there, to be honest. And the other one I really loved is Emilia Romagna. I do have a soft spot for Lambrusco. Again, you've got these flat areas, but then again, the foothills that it creeps up into. I just thought it was a really beautiful map, and you can sort of see where Tuscany is over here. You go over those mountains, and there it is. So we now have a boundary map of the topographical maps for all 20 of the Italian regions or states. So definitely jump on and check those out. They are still downloadable as PDFs. Jump on it. That's it for this week. Please drink some fantastic wines, and I will update you again next week. Cheers.